My name is Matt Tsuruda. I'm a Ph.D. student here at UBC in the Plant Insect Evolution and Ecology Lab with Dr. Julie Carrillo. And my research is mainly concerned with agricultural insect diversity and how that relates to ecosystem services provided to us by agricultural land. Insects benefit farms in all kinds of ways. Probably the most obvious one that people think about are pollinators. About 70% of our crop plants that we use for food are dependent on animal pollination. So obviously pollination is a huge ecosystem service that we rely on insects for. One that we don't think about so much is natural pest control. That's been a lot of the focus of my research. We have what are called natural enemy insects, and those are basically predaceous or parasitic insects that are attacking or otherwise incapacitating pest insects, so the things that we're competing for food for. So an example of that might be a ladybug that is attacking an aphid. Aphids can introduce all kinds of nasty diseases to our crops, and so ladybugs are a kind of natural enemy that's providing natural biological control of that pest. The other service that I can think of would be decomposition. Insects are really great decomposers. They can return valuable nutrients back into the soil. They help aerate the soil through tunneling through it. So all kinds of soil benefits that insects can provide for us. There are a couple things that I would say are major threats to insects and insect diversity on farms. Number one, landscape simplification. So insects rely on a really diverse landscape to be able to survive. When you think of a farmland, it's a very simple landscape with only one or two species present and a lot of bare soil. So that's only going to support a very limited range of insects, and a lot of those might be pest insects that are supported by that. So as opposed to something like a grassland or a forest that has lots of different flowering species that might support a wider array of insect species, over-reliance on pesticides would be another pretty serious threat to insects. It's important to monitor insects on farms for a couple different reasons. One is that insect populations change quite a bit throughout the growing season. So you really want to be monitoring insects across the growing season, because something that is not a problem at the beginning of the year might become a problem towards the end as its population grows. Or maybe an insect is only a problem right at the beginning of the year and not so much at the end of the year. So that can change your control measurements that you want to take to help control those pests. Also important to monitor insects just to know what you're working with in the agricultural ecosystem that you're working in. One technique of helping boost natural biocontrol would be to help provision these beneficial insects by providing them with floral resources and places to live, refuge from pesticides. But if you don't have those beneficial insects in your habitat to begin with, then adding all this beautiful natural habitat is not going to help control pests. So something I've learned through my research is that parasitic wasps are just the most amazing group of insects that I've ever seen. When people think of wasps, they tend to think of these black and yellow jackets that steal your food at a picnic. But actually most of the wasps in the world are tiny, just a few millimeters across. And they come in all kinds of beautiful metallic greens and blues and reds. And they are absolutely everywhere. If you got a magnifying glass out and looked at a flower, there are probably like 5 wasps in there. And they are just so incredible at helping control pest populations in agricultural fields. We rely on them for so much, and we would be overrun with pests if we didn't have wasps in the world. So I just want to give a plug to wasps and that they're super amazing, and we shouldn't hate on them as much as we probably do.